Langkawi, a beautiful island paradise lying in the straits of Malacca. Tourists from all corners of the globe flock to Langkawi and enjoy the Malaysian Island's unique culture and welcoming hospitality. The beaches are long and wide, and the beautiful green ocean laps quietly along their edges, creating a mesmerizing image of harmony. Dotted along the bustling beachfronts there are fabulous hotels, bars, restaurants, and offerings of a variety of exciting water sports. After dark, a vibrant, welcoming nightlife community comes to life. It's a wonderful place to come to relax and spend a few days in this near-perfect tropical hideaway. I'm always looking for new places and fresh, exciting adventures to cast a fly. I'll come to Langkawi for a few days to relax and enjoy the island. But of course, as always, I've packed my fly rod and I'm going to head out for a few days on the salt water. It's always exciting looking forward to a new adventure and hopefully some new species.
Oh baby, I love your madness. It's so incredibly beautiful. Oh, you shine like gold, so selfless to all, and wild like an animal. Some would say I'm insane in the right and away, but I just love to play in your fun and your games. Always hungry for more, that's just how I was born. He says, yeah, I need it once you're pandemonium.
We leave early in the morning from the beautiful Teluk Baru jetty on the southmost tip of the island. It's a picturesque setting, where the local fishing boats moor and the fishermen sort their nets and ropes ready for the next fishing expedition. I take a slow walk along the jetty to where Beg moors his boat. I have a feeling I'm going to enjoy this day immensely. It's a wonderful morning to be setting out for a day's fly fishing. The water is calm, the wind is warm, and I have a high feeling of expectation. Beg tells me the conditions are very good, and we have a good chance of encountering Malaysian GTs today. I take the time to marvel at my surroundings as we head out to the first fishing stop. The scenery is simply breathtaking as we skim over the flat, calm water. The sun is warm and bright, and I doubt there are many places in the world that deliver such dramatic scenery, only minutes from the mainland. It truly is an inspiring location. I've set up my 9-weight rod with a fast sinking line. This is the 300 grain Rio Leviathan. It's a heavy line, but as with all Rio lines, the tapered profile is excellent, and it casts really well despite its weight. I'm using a typical saltwater pattern called a clouser that simulates the small bait fish that the GTs will be searching. Hopefully I can fool one into taking it. I'm casting out towards the breaking water. The GTs will be feeding off the reef, and Beg tells me the GTs will be sitting quite deep here, so I let the line sink before fast stripping back and out of the surf. That was a super strong take. It's got to be a GT. The fish just hammered the fly and took off back in the direction of the rocks. I'm really feeling the power of this fish. Even though it's a 9-weight, it's really pushing me. I get it up to the surface, and yes, it is a GT. I can see the bright silver flashes as it darts and pulls to get free. These fish are stunningly strong for their size. It's a fantastic feeling to get this one on board. It's a beautiful fish, and we let it go as always and get back to fishing. We spend the next few hours moving spots and casting. We get into a decent number of GTs and every one is as strong and as beautiful as the last. Beg tells me we're moving off in search for another inhabitant of this reef, the torpedo scud. I honestly have to say I'm not familiar with these fish, so I'm looking forward to finding what they're all about. We set off and the wind is cool and refreshing, and again I find myself marvelling at my surroundings. We stop and take in the beauty of the sea eagles I see in the sky. They're nesting in the trees on the island, and we're able to get quite close to them. I find them fascinating. There is such beauty and elegance about them, and I find it almost entrancing to watch them. We're on our way again. I have time to collect my thoughts. What an absolute gem of a place I'm in. We've already encountered some great fishing and the day has barely begun. This is indeed going to be an epic trip. We take a stop at this beautiful reef break. I switched over to a 7-weight full floating line, but I'm sticking with the clouds as it did so well against the GTs. These flies are tied by Nick at Tacklebox Adventures in Kuala Lumpur. They're of exceptional quality and are still completely intact despite being hammered by the GTs. We're stationed a distance off the reef as the water is shallower, but the fish will still be close to the reef. The torpedoes we are hunting in this shallow break will probably be shoaling, so we're hopeful of getting into a few fish here. I take a few casts to get used to the distance, but it doesn't take too long to get into a fish. I can see immediately why these small fish are such oddly named. The power is unbelievable for their size. The 7-weight is perfect for these fish and they hammer the fly time and time again.
Yep.
It's difficult to see with the position of my GoPro, but we can see the silver bullets chasing the fly off the reef. There's a fish right behind the fly, and I see it breaking the surface that attacks the fly. It's on. That was a great take. Just typical of these aggressive fish. They're such an aggressive fish and every take is very strong. Being able to see the fish coming to the fly is fantastic. Beg controls the boat as we drift in parallel past the reef. I keep casting and getting into fish. It's a fantastic way to spend an hour. Beg tells me another species we need to try for, the queenfish, which is another pelagic species. We pull up at this calm location and we can see the submerged structure below the surface in front of the rock face. Beg gets me to cast beyond the structure and strip the fly fast over it.
Oh yeah. Alright.
I get an offer from my fish quite quickly.
Yeah.
Beg is sure it's a queenfish. I see he has had good success here in the past. I make a few more casts and the queens are coming for the fly but not really committing. I can see them following and lunging at the fly with a boil on the surface, but they're just not connecting. I keep casting over the structure and I see a fish coming, has a go at the fly and falls back. And then in an instant it fully commits and it's on. I see it shining bright in the clear water. It's what we've been searching for, my first queenfish. Another example of a stunning saltwater species from this beautiful Malaysian archipelago. We wind in for the day and turn and head for home. It's been a great day's fishing and I look forward to coming out with Beg as soon as I can. But the day is not quite over. As we head towards the jetty, Beg gets a call that there are shoals of ladyfish being spotted close to the mainland. This is quite unusual because it's very late in the year to find ladyfish here in Langkawi. We head to the reported location and sure enough we see the telltale boils of the ladyfish attacking balls of baitfish. They don't hang around long and move off quickly after each attack. It's a game of cat and mouse as we scan the water for the boils and try to get there in time for a cast. I have a couple of decent shots and briefly get hold of one. It was off as quick as it came on. Unfortunately, the ladyfish don't stay too long, they disappear. I have to admit defeat. But it's given me a taste for this incredible fish, and I'll definitely be heading back to Langkawi next year when ladyfish will be here in numbers. We've caught a decent number of fish, and like every fly fishing trip, I leave a better fly fisher than when I arrived. I'm more informed, I've learned about tactics, flies and techniques for fishing these reefs. As always, conservation of wildlife is paramount, and as with any fishery, I return every fish safe and strong to the water.
If you enjoyed this presentation, please remember to hit like and subscribe to the channel.